have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. And Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
The Ohio Media School. Media broadcasting training starts here.
Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School. Do you have a passion for broadcasting, sports, or film production? The Ohio Media School is currently enrolling. For more information, visit beonair.com or give us a call at 614-655-5250. That's 614-655-5250.
It's loganity. And it starts now.
Look at this here. Look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's Tuesday here on SchoolOnAir.com, and we don't know what it is. What you gonna do about it? We can't really explain it. We can't really tell you what it is.
Watch it. Are you inspired up here? This is gonna be fun to watch.
All we know, it's loganity. And it starts now.
No, I'm sad.
Confident. We go through it. We go through the absolute wall. It's beautiful. I love it. All right, so let's quickly talk about Turn that volume up a little bit.
know.
All right, turn that volume up. Make sure we're good. Make sure we're good. Are we good? We're checking. We're checking. We're checking. We have.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Absolutely. Let's talk about SmackDown. I'm going to hit it quick here. Only a couple high spots.
That's what I told her. Huh?
Have it out of our system. And we should really consult a doctor at this point, but you know what? Let it ride. Like the old days, like Abraham did it. All right, on SmackDown again, we're going to just hit a couple of quick spots because TLC kind of makes SmackDown a little irrelevante. That's right.
Irrelevante. Speak a different lingo.
Irrelevante.
Hanging out with Jericho.
That's a pretty big league word, isn't it?
Yeah, that is big league.
That's Jericho League word, not just big league.
That my friend is tall in the saddle to be put in that same grace. All right, Corbin and Ziggler came out and cut a promo, and then the New Day interrupted. I just realized that I didn't put Day on the thing, but all right. And I thought it was again. I loathe, I can't stand the fact that Baron Corbin Baron Corbin's okay. He's above average. Like, why is he the top heel of the company right now? I don't get it. I don't understand. He couldn't lace Dolph Ziggler's boots. And if you disagree with me, you obviously have a drinking problem and should consult some help. Okay. Wow. Yeah, we have to answer that. We have to answer that one.
No, do we have to answer that?
Yeah, we probably should.
I don't know. I don't think we should answer that on air. He has to call someone's cell phone. Yeah, no, he has to call a private phone.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, we cannot do that. Oh, it is ringing. Oh, wow. Oh, my God, there's a phone over here.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Hello? Oh, my gosh, let me turn this off.
So, okay.
All right.
We'll go ahead and talk about the beginning of SmackDown while we figure this out.
Yeah, this is just, we have started off with gangbusters right here.
Apparently.
This is fun. All right. Corbin and Ziggler, they cut that promo. Again, Corbin to me just can't lace Ziggler's boots. And so anytime I see that, I'm like, well, why isn't Ziggler in that spot? What do you think? Am I too hard on one King Corbin?
I kind of think you are. He's really come into his own as far as being a legit heel, not the cool heel, but everybody boos Corbin. He can't control what lines he's given, and that's what I'll say about that segment. The writing for the heels were awful, just awful. And the New Day saved the entire segment. Once Kofi came out with a fire under his rear, man, they saved the whole segment. And Kofi, he kind of people said, online, oh, he glossed over his 8 seconds and now it doesn't matter. No, he didn't really. It's Kofi's character.
Yeah,
he's looking on the positive side. Yeah, I got beat. Oh, no, you were wrong. It was 8 seconds. I mean, I'd say something like that. Yeah. Like a real happy person all the time is going to react like that. And I think fans need to really realize that, it's a work, but sometimes they let the real person, especially at the level Kofi Kingston is at, to decide what he wants to say.
I wholeheartedly agree with you, Jason. That's not something I often say. I wholeheartedly agree. That's Kofi Kingston because Kofi Kingston has been able to look at the bright side for his entire 11-year run.
Decades.
It's only in the last year he's been able to. Well, I shouldn't say in the last year. In the last 2 to 3 years that he's been taken very seriously as a member of the New Day. I totally agree. Styles, because we do it live here, how was that call with our producer?
No, it was a great call. He just put me in check. He's just like, so just so you guys know, it kind of freaked me out. Like it popped up on the screen. Us Android users don't typically have things pop up on our screen. We're all good, though.
All right, got you.
Yeah, I brought it on down. Bring it around town, baby.
I got you. We'll go in detail at that another time. The other big segment of SmackDown that I feel like we got to talk about a little bit is Bray Wyatt had some fun with the Miz's family, which I thought was just
with Maurice.
No, although who could blame the guy if he tried? So,
he had some fun with Maurice. If so, he's one of the luckiest guys on earth, huh?
Oh boy. Oh, magnifique is she. Anywho, again, this is Loganity presented by Mojo Sports Kid. Bray Wyatt had some fun with Mrs. Family. Tortured his poor little daughter there in the crib, which is really a shame. And then debuted a new member, if you will, of the Firefly Funhouse. There was that little creepy, look like Liv Morgan zombie doll thing.
That thing. Yeah, that was legit.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed it. What'd you think of it?
WWE TV speaking, I don't know if I've ever seen anything better out of everyone involved. I mean, from production to talent, like this is like big league stuff they're doing here. You don't see this in professional wrestling. Yeah, we've seen guys attack another guy at his house. Yeah. Yes. But no, now we're getting mind games on top of that. And because of the person Miz is, he's got his family and his daughter involved, and it makes it more personable.
Right. I thought it was the best mind game at the house segment since Brian Pillman and Stone Cold with the gun. And I thought that was.
I agree.
I think it was that on that level because Bray Wyatt, he's Midas right now. He is right now. He is in terms of viability and just reliability, he is WWE's current version of Chris Jericho as far as whatever I do is going to be, may not be my best, but it will give you at least a good B+ and something that everyone's going to talk about. So I really am fond of that. So absolutely, cool segment. Bray Wyatt, let him in. The big dog was unchained. Is the way that was hyped by the.
I like how you did that. There.
Nice.
He was unchained by the fine folks at Fox. That's the way they put it. I didn't know he was ever on a chain. Because,
I know. Like Roman's always come across as a guy that will punch you in the face. Yeah. Like I don't think he really needed a reason to do that to someone he doesn't like.
I don't know why we suddenly act like Roman Reigns is on the comeback trail here because Roman Reigns, since coming back from his leukemia, he's been the same guy. He's not a step slower. He doesn't look any smaller. He's winning a little less matches, don't get me wrong. I'm thrilled to death that he has made it back from leukemia, which is very real and very scary and could have ended his life. But all kidding aside, he could have afforded to lose a couple matches. So it's not like it's the end of the world. He beat Triple H in the main event. He's beaten Brock Lesnar. He of course nearly retired the Undertaker. So when people are like, "Well, this is not the same Roman Reigns," it's like, well, he happens to be losing a match every now and again instead of winning 15 straight. Yeah, I don't understand why it was an unchained thing, but what happened was the guys that, all the King's jesters had every door locked, caboodled, and crammied. They Katie barred everything, and it didn't matter because Corbin and Ziggler went to the locker room and they found their show. What is going on here?
Everybody's down. Oh my God.
And then Ziggler's like, what the hell happened? I don't know, Dolph. You've only been in the company like 12 years. What the hell do you think? Your first day on the job there, Zig? God, go get the Spirit Squad for a more obvious commentary. Oh man, holy Moses! What'd you think of it, Jason? Did you think it was a little bit too corny? I thought
a little, and they were hyping it all night long. Yeah. I've been watching wrestling for a long time. When you humiliate somebody the way Corbin did to Roman 2 weeks ago, you really don't have to hype the next week that much. Like I know for sure Roman Reigns is about to go Stone Cold Steve Austin on everybody.
Excuse me, did you say Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I did.
I see how you guys are teaming up on that side of the table. That is, yeah, man, we're working in conjunction today. You guys like that?
Just what?
But I really like that they're doing bad writing by the heels, and a lot of storyline-wise with this storyline. But I like that they're using Roman to make Corbin a bad guy. Like and like I said earlier, a legit one. Not the cool bad guy that's going to get cheered in 6 months.
Right.
You know, like Miz level heel type of a guy where he's good enough in the ring to get by. He's not awful on the microphone. It's the words he's given that are awful. And you can legitimately dislike him as opposed to, oh, get the hell out of here. Like 6 months ago, he was getting that go-away heat. Now I think he's getting, for lack of a better term, you're doing a great job. We're going to boo you right now, heat. Like that kind of stuff.
Way to be a heel.
He is right now got the kind of personality that only his mother could love. And that's effective if you're a heel because, look, how many people get genuine heat these days? Look, ever since a certain guy that I tend to play up like he's the biggest icon in wrestling because he very well could be, ever since Hulk went Hollywood, it became cool to cheer the bad guy. So it's harder and harder as the years go on to get genuine real-time heat. And so the fact that he does that on any level, whether it's not go-away heat anymore, but drawing any heat these days, even if it's go-away heat, is hard to do because you usually can't get fans invested enough to do so. So, but yeah, that's just my thought on it. Styles, any final thoughts on SmackDown before we take our first break here?
SmackDown is the new show of all shows, in my opinion. I'm always happy to see Bray Wyatt on television. As long as Bray is there, I'm content.
Well, I'm glad that he leaves you satisfied and smiling, and that's
That says something.
Just hanging out with Charlotte Flair's dad for a weekend.
hey, and that.
And you didn't call me?
I know, right? Some friend I am.
More importantly, you didn't call me.
I know, right?
I mean, the fact that I didn't get put over was just ridiculous.
Hogan's not having that.
Oh, God, drop the leg, brother. All right, with that, we're going to take our first break here. When we come back, we're going to talk TLC, and I don't mean we're going to go chasing waterfalls, and no, there's no scrubs here.
Unfortunately.
I'm talking about tables, ladders, and chairs. That's
What?
right. Tables, ladders, and chairs.
What?
Tables, ladders, and chairs.
Oh, okay.
With that, this is Loganity presented by Mojo Sports Gear. Don't you dare move a move. Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. And Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
The Ohio Media School. Media broadcasting training starts here.
Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School. Do you have a passion for broadcasting, sports, or film production? The Ohio Media School is currently enrolling. For more information, visit beonair.com or give us a call at 614-655-5250. That's 614-655-5250.
Look at this here. Look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's Tuesday here on ScoreOnAir.com, and we don't know what it is.
What you gonna do, brother?
We can't really explain it. We can't really tell you what it is.
Watch it. He looks fired up here. This is gonna be fun to watch.
All we know, it's Loganity. Oh my God! And it starts now.
Got him up in her hand. Come on. Oh no, that glass table. Think about what the damage the glass can do. Oh my God! They just crushed it right through the glass. 1, 2, 3.
So nice thrice. We got to play it thrice.
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 That was nice.
Oh, it's nice. It's
Is that
thrice.
Espanol? Is that French? Like, what is that?
Look, I don't speak any French. I'm not a lay champion. But this is Loganity presented by. Who is this presented by?
Oh, pick me. No, don't finish it. Pick me.
right.
Oh, my gosh. I got so excited. I did a D'Lo Brown thing again.
I got you.
so excited.
Styles, young man in the front row.
You know, pick me. It's sponsored by, here it is. Hey, soft cam promo.
right.
Mojo Sports Gear.
Joe Sports Gear. And if you look, it's the holiday season, folks, and it's time to get those. Look, if you got a girl, if you got a guy, whatever you got, hang on to it. And if they need some fine custom-made T-shirts, some best headgear in the game, you can go check out Mojo Sports Gear, whether that be on the website, or you can give them a call at 614-864-6656. One more time, give them a call at 614-864-6656.
You know what's interesting? You looked over this way, and in my head, I'm like, I hope this guy does not ask me to say the phone number. Don't shoot it to me, buddy.
Hey,
Don't
I look down in case he shot
Yeah,
me.
you know,
I'm like, oh, it's right here on the rundown.
Wait, it's on the rundown?
Oh, it's on the rundown. It's on the run. So Styles.
Oh, it's at the top.
Styles.
Oh, it's at the top.
Styles. Since
You guys almost
there.
get a cheat sheet.
Styles, what's the phone number to Mojo Sports Gear if they want to call?
Mojo Sports Gear, that's 614-864-6656.
My man King of the Jericho Holics, can you give me the number, please?
614-864-6656.
Hey, get your own swag, man.
I got
That is my swag.
and one more time, that's the phone number to one Mojo Sports Gear, and that phone number is if you haven't got your pen, here one
better
more
not.
chance. 614-864-6656. With that, it's time to talk a little TLC, and I don't mean tender love and care. I'll get to that tonight. Anywho, it's time to talk a little TLC, boys. A little TLC.
Don't go chasing water.
That was beautiful.
Was that beautiful? That was. Thank you.
All right. All right, let's kick
Did
it
you guys
off
see me
here.
close my eyes a little? All right, I'm
did,
done.
yeah,
I'm
no,
done
that
with you
was-
guys.
that was a great rendition,
Carry on,
sir.
gentlemen. That was.
Hey, we're all running on a zombie here. The Kabuki Warriors defeated Becky Lynch and not only did they defeat Becky Lynch, the man, they defeated Ric Flair's daughter.
No way.
Charlotte Flair, which is, just a travesty. The fact that it wasn't world news the next day really just says how far we've come as a country. We have fallen. The fact that Charlotte Flair, Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte Flair, lost a title match, and that wasn't, national syndicated news. The president ought to speak on that, for God's sake.
No. So Charlotte lost.
Believe it or not, yes, she did. And
Look at the transformation of Charlotte, guys.
Charlotte, Flair. Anywho, there was this was a rough physical matchup. A little bit too rough in some cases. Don't you dare say it, Styles. I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, I know.
Anywho, we'll save all that innuendo for the other Flair. Stop it. Rough bumps. There were some rough bumps in this one.
Are we still talking about the other Flair?
Hey, brother, hey.
Out of here.
Kairi Sane took a bump through through the table there, and just you could see she had her bell run, and the match continued. And I know there was plenty of people online going, I can't believe it didn't stop the match. And I know we're in this time of we're gotta be a little bit safer, but let me tell you something, folks. You know what they'd have done in the old school days? Same thing they did. You finished the match. Stone Cold Steve Austin, yep, this shirt here. He was nearly paralyzed in the middle of a match with one Owen Hart, God rest his soul. You know what they did? They did a quick go-home finish. You always finish the match. This ain't the UFC. This ain't Bellator. If there's a finish to get to, whether you have to quickly abort mission and get to it or not, you got to get to it. So this idea of, I can't believe they didn't stop the match. Harley Race is rolling over in his grave, all right? It ain't ballet, folks. What do you think of that, Jason? Am I off base by?
No, you're 100% right. The show goes on. I can think of another incident. The first time Triple H tore his quad. That dude got put in the walls of Jericho on a table after he tore his quad because you finished the matchup. And that matchup, wow, is like... All I can say, they took a lot of crazy bumps. That power bomb Charlotte Flair took off the apron through the table, my word, she grabbed her neck fast.
I thought she rang her bell.
I thought she did too.
Because I was like, I told Peyton, who I put through that 3-hour torture event, I told my lovely.
Are you talking about Raw, SmackDown, or something else?
Talking about TLC, bro.
Oh, okay. No, I'm
the whole
talking-
reason why you sang the song.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking. No, you guys totally misunderstood the question over both heads. But whatever. I'll say it again off air.
All right, let's leave heads out of this.
Oh,
Thanks.
now I get it. I get it.
Thank
I got it.
Simpsons got it.
Let's leave the heads out of this. Anyway, look, I just personally, there were some rough bumps there. And then, did anyone catch Charlotte Flair drop an F-bomb when Asuka hit her with the chair in the back when she was trying to untie Becky Lynch?
What do you say when you get hit in the chair with a back?
And can we talk about that? Because there were some spots that were slow to develop, but I totally forgive because they were creative and new. This whole match, it was like a TLC you have never seen before. Yeah, the ladders and the chairs and the tables were all involved,
right,
but they used them differently and in a really creative way. When would you ever think that a pro wrestler would get Wile E. Coyote to the railroad tracks, for lack of a better reference? I didn't think I'd ever see that in my life, and here we have Becky Lynch tied down to a ladder that could be railroad tracks for all we know.
I was thinking they might have got the idea from AEW Dynamite, but we'll get to that later. But look, I liked it because it was different. Yes, there was some long, slow, talking about Undertaker 30-minute match nowadays. Long, slow, thought out, breathing heavy parts. But at the end of the day, it did something a little bit different. It gave a different flavor than any other TLC match you've done. In 2019, going into 2020, that is dadgum hard to do. That's right, dadgum hard to do. We are the most big league and sophisticated show on the air.
Yes, we are.
I mean, with just
legit though.
with phenomenal words like dadgum. I mean, if that don't dadgum fire you up, then what is dadgum wrong with you? Anyway, go ahead.
And here's the most important part about that rope spot. It mattered.
Yeah.
She used the rope for the finish. It mattered. And that makes that spot where she was tied down to the ladder that much more important. Because 20 minutes it mattered again.
Absolutely. It was I don't know who agented that match or who thought that all out, but whoever did, bravo for some long-term thinking and planning that actually made a level of sense, which is it's tough to find nowadays in WWE. So it was a nice rarity. Anyway, let's move it along here. Bray Wyatt defeated The Miz, and then Daniel Bryan returned with an old new look. First, we'll get to the match, and then we'll talk about Daniel Bryan. I was on the fence here because it was Bray Wyatt, the Firefly Funhouse loving Mr. Rogers Cult guy, not The Fiend. The Fiend was nowhere to be found until after the match. He was nowhere to be found as far as the entrance goes. So I liked it. It was an interesting take, and Bray Wyatt obviously playing into those psychological disorders that he might seriously have.
I don't really think the guy is playing any game. I think that's legit him. Like, I'm starting to believe this.
And so The Miz beats him up, and then sometimes Bray's laughing, and other times he looks like he's about to cry, wondering why this is going on to me. And the only thing that I didn't like about it, and I'm nitpicking here, is I didn't like Bray Wyatt looking like he was going to lose at certain points, because I was like, this guy has been putting people down left and right. He's got the plaque of the Hall of Famers and Seth Rollins that he's defeated or taken care of or whatever, and even my beloved hero Mick Foley, and I know that that's not an accomplishment in 2019, but nonetheless, it still says you beat down Mick Foley. That's the point. So I didn't like it. That's the only thing, because for a second I was like, The Miz is going to go over here. Bray Wyatt is going to get beat, and The Fiend's going to stay undefeated. What'd you think of it?
I thought it was, so first of all, Bray Wyatt had me cracking up from entrance to by the time it was over. I was dying when he just kept ducking. Oh, no, just kidding. Hold the title up. He did that 4 times. I lost it. I think I woke up the whole house.
Well, what you doing? Your off time?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna say that.
It shouldn't take the whole house. God, get it together.
No, but it shouldn't take the Fiend for you to lose it all, guy. Come on, get your act together, McCarthy. What is
wrong? The worst.
Get your act together, Bruce.
I mean, for
now I lost my train of thought. Anyway, and I kind of liked the no offense from Bray Wyatt. That was different. And Miz being vicious was nice. Yeah. But yeah, I kind of thought it was Bray's not gonna lose. That would be weird. He can't lose right now.
But then did you start to believe at some point that he might?
I did. When he hit that skull-crushing finale, like I was like, "Oh no way! He's really gonna win. He's really gonna take a victory from Bray Wyatt." And this is why they made it non-title. And like my brain's going like, "This all makes sense now." And then he doesn't cover him.
And that way, the Fiend stays undefeated, but Bray Wyatt gets beat. Instead, they both remain undefeated in the new incarnation. In my world, Bray Wyatt has already been beaten. WrestleMania 31 against The Undertaker. Thanks. But the big highlight of this match post was Daniel Bryan returned with a new look, but it's really an old look. He looked like Bryan Danielson from Ring of Honor. Well, that's some serious alluding there. That's
a lot of movement. I can hear it in the headphones. I'm a producer, by the way.
Well, again,
sorry.
Look, whatever you have on your other channels there, again, your business. Your mic's hot. Anyway, Daniel Bryan, he returned with that old new look, and the first thing I thought, of course, you think of Bryan Danielson, the ring, the Dragon, way back when. But I also thought Orange Cassidy. Because that's, because they look awful alike now. I mean, Orange Cassidy, who couldn't lace Daniel Bryan's boots, but don't they look just alike now all of a sudden? I mean, you give him a little hair gel and a fine pair of shades and a crappy pair of jeans, and by God, you got Orange Cassidy.
Look, nothing against Orange Cassidy, but don't wish that evil on the American Dragon, Daniel Bryan.
You know what?
I couldn't see the American Dragon with hair gel. That just bothersome. Shivers down my spine. That's just not him.
I wholeheartedly agree with you, but I was a little taken back. And yes, the Yes movement has made its illustrious return because the Fiend changes all opponents he faces. And now Daniel Bryan has brought back the Yes movement, and by God, I don't know if it should have ever gone away. I'm a Yes movement guy, so I enjoy it. It gets over. It works. It makes me feel like I'm a part of something. Oh, I'm gushing.
Let's just get it at the at sporting events again. That'd be something.
That would be the way to go. So. Any thoughts there, Styles, on Daniel Bryan returning with the new look and the Yes movement is officially back, and one could argue better than ever that's what Vince is hoping for.
Allow the record to state that Styles is a Yes movement guy. I thought it was the most coolest thing how Daniel Bryan was able to simply just say yes, and the crowd loved it, and people believe in it, because Daniel Bryan's the type of guy that you can always believe in. So I'm glad to see the old new. Right? Yeah. Is it technically the old new, or is it the new new?
It's the new old.
It's the new old. But remember, he's the old. He's the new Daniel Bryan, though.
That was last time.
No, but he's the new Daniel Bryan. I don't forget stuff.
But that was last time. He's not the new Daniel Bryan.
It was a cross. It was not a symbol, Undertaker. It was a cross.
Well, first of all, you may not forget stuff, but Vince McMahon, the guy who writes the whole thing, kind of forgets every now and again.
He forgets that we remember. That's what it is.
So yes, what is old is new again, is how we can describe Daniel Bryan currently. Next. Bobby Lashley defeated Rusev in a tables match. Oh, this match was a little cringe. They had a botched finish because Rusev was obviously supposed to take the spear because that's Lashley's move, to the table. They tried to do the spear, and then Lawler, God bless him, on commentary goes, "Oh, thank God the table didn't break." But you can tell it's like, darn it should have broke. And then they just do this belly to belly through another table that was so anticlimactic. It was the equivalent of being in the girl's bedroom, and she goes, "Oh, I gotta go. I need you to leave." Great, fantastic. I was only sitting on the bed.
That hurts a lot. That's never happened to me, but I know a guy.
I know a guy.
Is his name Tyshawn, maybe?
Negative, Ghost Rider. That guy's a champion, man.
That guy's a champion.
Le champion.
Le champion.
Right.
Woo! Anywho, but yeah, that was the equivalent of that because, look, he was supposed to take the spear and it didn't happen. Like I said, Lawler tried his best to cover up in commentary. He goes, "Oh, thank God the table didn't break." I was like, "Yeah, King, you know it was supposed to as sure as I do."
Like, King, you know the table was supposed to break, right?
So, Jason, what are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, kind of your thoughts. It was really clunky.
It was... Yeah, it was clunky.
I couldn't.
Are you guys saying Lashley had a clunky match?
I couldn't stay focused on it. Really, I kept. Sorry guys, but I kept pulling out my phone, and I said sorry guys to the two wrestlers involved that'll never watch this ever. By the way,
first of all, don't put limits on where Logan.
Yeah, no. Hey, buddy.
Never say never, brother.
Been hanging out with Hunter too much. Your golden shovel over there.
trying to put limits on where I can go.
Boo.
Tell me I'm
throwing stuff at him.
telling me I'm a B+ player.
But yeah, it was really kind of just clunky, and I'm not into the storyline that much anyway. Like, I can see the talents trying their best, but I don't like the storyline anyway. And so I was kind of out of it for this one.
Yeah,
I watched it, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, you had it on the background noise.
Yeah.
You know, it might have been sandwich time there at the house.
I think it was sandwich time.
The house of
actually.
McCarthy. I got
hungry.
you.
Do you have sandwich time? Is that a thing, McCarthy? I just want to know.
I mean,
if
it's
that's a
normally
legit thing.
I'm hungry. And
I'm
then,
hungry.
I'm hungry now.
And then I
boys.
go find something that I can get quickly,
my
which
days.
is a sandwich.
Yes. Oh my Lord! If you don't love this show, what's wrong with you?
With roast beef, cheddar cheese, and
well,
mayonnaise.
The little cheddar cheese.
With the cheddar, a little cheddar on it. McCarthy put cheddar on the sandwich, McCarthy.
Little cheddar. Oh goodness. Okay.
We are horrible human beings, guys. We are totally off task today.
Kind of are.
Roast.
Well, it is the last show of the year. We're
It
just
is. We should
flying
be
by
able
the
to
seat
cut-
of our pants, guys.
Isn't that what we've done every show this year?
Just trying to cover that up.
That's what
As I speak into this microphone.
That's what King said on commentary.
I'm not hanging out with you guys anymore, man.
I'll tell you what. If I gotta
You
do
say
this,
that every week.
I know I do, and then I show back up.
I'll tell you what. If I gotta do this again, I mean, if I have to do this, I can't get through the rest of this year without doing this again. I swear, just horrible. Anyway, speaking of horrible, King Corbin defeated Roman Reigns.
That is horrible.
And it didn't make any sense to me. The guy got covered in dog food. And then he beats up the Jesters or whatever the hell they're called. It's just it's more corny than a drive through this state. This is 2019, people. Stop it with the Kings. Like, I understand the one night of the year King of the Ring tournament, but this whole let's turn it into a 6-month storyline. Stop it. Plus, it ruined a good storyline in Bad News Barrett. It absolutely did. It took the wind out of that particular sail. So King Corbin got the W, and I was surprised by that because look, as sure as I'm sitting here, I mean, we'll see, but I think Roman Reigns is going to be the guy to beat the Fiend at WrestleMania. So I thought this is going to begin that long, slow ascent back to the top for Roman Reigns.
Well, that's what they're prepping him for, I believe. I believe that it will go down at Mania, man. The Fiend holds that championship. They don't believe in him that much to let him retain the championship after Mania because Roman Reigns is the guy. Furthermore, do you guys remember when Roman returned several months back? He was in remission, y'all. Therefore, meaning it's not over. His body is still technically healing. You don't want to put that title on Roman, and he's still sick. You know, not necessarily sick, but he's still healing. I take back the sick talk.
I got.
You know what I mean? So I see it happening sometime after WrestleMania, man. It's been long enough.
I got you. I just thought this was going to be the beginning of that climb because the fact is that Roman has lost some big matches recently.
Right.
So now Vince McMahon logic, not that we need this, but Vince McMahon logic says, okay, but now we got to build him back up. That's how that works. It's like when they randomly pick opponent for The Undertaker every year at WrestleMania. Suddenly that opponent starts winning matches left and right the last 2 months before Mania so he can be built up as a credible threat. And really you have to do the same thing as far as The Fiend goes because The Fiend's putting down everything that walks in front of him. So I was surprised by that. How about you, Jason? Were you surprised to see King Corbin get the dub?
Oh, I was real surprised that King Corbin won. I thought for sure that Reigns was taking it to move on to the Royal Rumble, but that'll be Reigns' moment. Royal Rumble probably. I could see him winning that. It's either going to be him or Kofi Kingston. There's no one else that can win the Royal Rumble right now. And
Actually, 28 other superstars could win the Royal
they
Rumble.
could.
It's
but
actually 30 men in one ring.
Logically speaking, the fans will revolt if anyone else. Not that it matters because we revolt all the time, but the two best people to pick from would be Kofi Kingston or Roman Reigns. This had a very Attitude Era Austin vibe to it. That's kind of why I brought up Reigns beating up everybody on Friday like Austin, because everybody came out. And what was the only way you could beat Stone Cold Steve Austin in the Attitude Era? Even The Rock needed help, for God's sakes. You just mob him with a bunch of people. So I like the callback, and that was Corbin's best match in a long time.
I agree.
So I think that was his coming out party. And now all the focus is gonna be on Reigns now. He's gonna get his win. He's gonna get the Royal Rumble win and move on to WrestleMania.
We will save our official predictions for Royal Rumble in a couple of weeks.
Fair enough.
We'll save that. What is going on over
Laugh
there?
at me.
He's cradling the microphone. I just told him about that stuff off air. He's up in there cradling it. Did you guys see it?
I had to fix it. I did it. I had to fix
What
it.
was that? My girlfriend does
I had
that.
to
What are you
fix it.
doing over there, man?
He said,
What are you about putting your mouth all close to it like this?
Oh, man.
What are you doing, McCarthy? And my voice does this. When I get excited, my voice does this. I don't know.
Alrighty. The New Day defeated the Revival as it should have been. I thought the match took too long, to be quite honest. I was like, this is taking a while for the obvious result. The New Day's in another long run. It's obviously going to be that way. The Revival, they have the charisma of unbuttered toast. They're good athletes. They're okay. I get the old school vibe. No flips, just fist. On paper, it's everything I love. But they have charisma just like the rock stuck in your shoe. It just doesn't have any. What do you think, McCarthy?
I thought that was the perfect way to open the show. I love the Revival. Yeah, they're a little lacking in the charisma department.
The it factor department.
But there's a few guys out there that are like that. It is what it is. I mean, Lance Storm comes to mind.
And exactly, and I don't get.
Wow.
I don't get.
Wow.
But what amazing heights Lance Storm reached not being able to talk and having no charisma. Yeah, he never got the world title, but let's not forget, back in WCW, when they didn't take smaller guys seriously, he was the U.S. champion, the TV champion, and the Cruiserweight champion, I believe, all at the same time. So there's value in these athletes that just can't get out of their shell.
Well, I'm still looking for it.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
But, I mean, they tore the house down.
Look, it wasn't a bad match. Again, it's just hard for me to get invested in the Revival because they just, like I said, they're just bland. They're the off-brand Reese's chocolate you get at Kroger when you can't afford Reese's.
Oh, wow. Or Giant
way
Eagle. You
too
actually
sad.
get them at Giant Eagle. That's where you get the off-brand at.
It's just.
Oh, is that where you get those?
I'm not a fan. But I'll tell you what, I can tolerate the Revival a whole lot more than the tag team I'm about to talk about. The Viking Raiders face the OC in a double count-out.
Aren't they like tag champions or something like that?
They sadly are. First of all, and if this is done by Vince McMahon, can we please end it? It's 2019. The Viking Raiders, this is stupid. This is just downright dumb stupid. I know they're big, burly, tough-looking men, but this is a gimmick out of 1987. The Viking Raiders, you think about that. They come out looking like their gear has had sex with a Viking from the History Channel, and LOD. It's just ridiculous to even think about. We got a tag team called the Viking Raiders, and they're Vikings, and they talk all tough and grizzly, and just no. This is 2019. Remember when Triple H called this the reality era a few years ago?
He did do that.
Or better yet, one year ago today, the McMahon family dragged all their butts out there, and that 1 year ago today, they cut that promo where they said we're going to listen to the fans.
Why did
Remember
they lie
that?
to us?
Remember Vince came back and they said we realized we've insulted your intelligence, and we were thinking it was going to be the new Attitude Era.
Yeah, because remember he said that about 20 years ago, right? Yeah.
We were thinking it was going to be that, and 1 year later, I got to tell you. Not much has changed. Not much has changed. I mean, look, it's been about as consistent as crimes about a Popeye's chicken sandwich. This is absolutely ridiculous. First of all, the Viking Raiders, they might be the greatest athletes in the world, but number one, they don't have any look about them. They're big, hairy, and ugly. Look, that don't work for A-Train. That didn't work for Snitsky. It doesn't work for me.
It definitely didn't work for A-Train, Albert, or what was his other name? Tenzai.
Tenzai.
I forgot about that gimmick for a minute.
Tenzai. I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, see, we remember when Vince thinks we forget, we don't forget, brother.
I thought he was going to be huge.
Yeah.
Inside.
Like, no, man.
For about a month, he was.
Hey, wasn't he also with Brutus Clay, one of the Funkadactyls?
Yeah, he was the funky. Yeah, that's what they.
It definitely didn't work out for Tenzai. It definitely
And frankly, it hadn't worked out for Brodus Clay.
I was going to say it didn't work out for Clay either.
Yeah. So I just look. The OC is the best tag team in that company. They are good in-ring workers. They have mother-loving charisma for days. They have a genuine chemistry with each other because they worked with each other in Japan, and it just works. The fact that they're not the tag team champions, in the words of CM Punk, makes me sick. Just absolutely makes me sick. Because again, the Viking Raiders got about as much charisma as a kernel of corn. A kernel of corn. They're just boring. Good God. Oh.
But you know what? Corn is the only thing that doesn't get messed up when it goes down your stomach. So maybe corn is not necessarily a negative here.
Well, look, it's a negative because that's how I mean it, and it's my stuff.
Now we have a biology lesson, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot digest corn.
Right here on Loganity, in my Mojo Sports Game.
Oh, man.
The thing about it for me is look, I'm a WWE guy. Everybody knows that. You see my T-shirts; they're all WWE and all that sort of thing. So I believe that the charisma factor is what matters the most. So I would rather have a quote-unquote bad in-ring worker like John Cena, but had charisma and has charisma in spades. Instead, we got all this generation of we work well, but we couldn't talk. We couldn't talk a dog into a bacon treat. That's how half these guys are. And I'm sick of it because it used to be the WWE was more about entertainment based than it was wrestling based. And nothing wrong with the wrestling based. I praise Ric Flair every other moment in this show. But for the love of humanity, these guys suck. These guys just suck. I don't like it. Don't like it one bit. Anyway, all right. Aleister Black.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I mean, I took the hard cam promo off because I decided to say something in between. But what I will say is that they do suck, though. They do suck. I was not gonna. We're top guys. You don't tell me you're a top guy. You work for it, Roman. I'm a top guy, but you can't cut a promo. How are you a top guy, Roman? Just saying, Roman.
Well,
that's it, Roman.
Wait, what? What's going on?
Are you a little bitter?
3 matches ago.
Are you a little bitter at Roman Reigns?
I'm not a little bitter. I just don't like how they force feed him. You know.
I got you. Look,
I mean, he did lose.
He did.
Yeah.
He did, and he got covered in dog food. Come on.
Oh yeah, they taught him a lesson. That's not gonna get a guy beat up. And, like you put dog food on me, I'm going to want to fight you. Like, where I come from, we'll fight for those things. You know? I mean, whatever, guys.
If you're not having fun, what's wrong with you? Aleister Black defeated Buddy Murphy, and this was, it was a physical, old school, put it into, just they were slapping the hell out of each other. I mean, Aleister Black ended up with a broken nose. I'm talking about his nose got moved to the side of his face.
You got the Joey Mercury there, huh?
Yeah, or he got the John Cena.
Oh.
If you recall,
when Seth Rollins broke his nose.
Yeah, during Cena's last full-time run around 2015. Yeah, that was it moved to the side there, and so this was. It was a physical. It was a physical game, a slap happy hit a lot. It was a big league fight. It was an old school. All right, I'll see you at the pool hall, killer, and let's go. I loved it because look, I don't care much for the story because literally the story is. Aleister Black wanted people to pick a fight, and Buddy Murphy knocked on the door. If that's not reaching like the short girl looking for the top of the shelf, I don't know what is. But I'll give them credit. They went out there and they made some chicken salad out of some chicken shiatsu. I'll give them credit for that because it was physical with a capital PH, and so I enjoyed that aspect of it. Jason, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, I agree with the storyline aspect. There's really nothing there story-wise, but wow, these two stole the show. There was not a better wrestling match on this card. Period. I want to see them wrestle 13 times at least, and it gave me flashbacks of Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle.
Oh.
The type of chemistry those two had, I have not seen since Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit were across the ring from each other. They went move for move, and they're almost identical. They just look different, and it's the same thing 10 years later, and it's crazy. And they better get pushed to the moon because they deserve it. If I'm the only person that saw that, there's a problem in that company.
Absolutely, and well, there's plenty of problems in that company. See, I don't just knock AEW, folks. I'll get to that in just a minute. But absolutely, big time physical match, very underrated. If you haven't seen it, and you like old school physical, let's say Brock Lesnar, Sheamus style of stiff matches, this is the match for you, because it made me put down my phone and go, they are beating the hell out of each other. They are absolutely, I mean, working at like a part-time job at Kinko's.
Guys, I can't work with you two.
You can,
They are
brother.
beating it like a part-time job at Kinko's.
You sure can.
Wow.
With that.
Yowie wowie.
Did you say
Yowie wowie.
Indeed, I said yowie wowie, man.
Did you say yowie wowie?
Indeed, I did.
You did. Okay.
Oh, that's a thing now. We'll talk more on that.
I like that.
Oh my days.
Yeah, more on that later.
Oh my days. Well, before we get to a little bit of dynamite here at Score on Air, this Saturday we are doing a charity basketball game for the Porter League Championship out at Crum Park. And what it is it's police officers. They coach the league with, you children. It's a great cause. Come on out, take a look at it. All you people at Score on Air, let's get out and do this thing. Let's do this thing for a little bit of charity. That's right, a little charity. It's not always about you folks. It's all about me. No, that's a joke. In all seriousness, come on out this Saturday. Come see the Crum League Porter League Championships. Please do it. Please, please, please. Because, look, these kids, they deserve the opportunity. It's a great cause. Police officers coaching. And yours truly might work the PA.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
More fun than chucking rocks at a sign.
What did you say about Chuck and Billy?
Chucking rocks at a sign. You ever just took a big rock and boom?
Never, ever.
Well,
ever.
see,
My mama said don't be playing with no rocks when they go outside. Don't play with them.
Well, if I listened to my mother, I probably wouldn't be saying half of what I said. But nice to know you were a good boy, Styles. It's nice to know you were a good boy.
Yeah, just came off the porch. Speaking of good boys, where's the paper? You know what? You guys know what the hand gestures mean. The hand gesture.
Hey, you leave hands alone here.
Yes.
Hands. Hey. All right.
You know what, guys? We had a drink break today. I understand this is Loganity.
Sure is.
Sponsored by Mojo Sports Gear.
Absolutely.
And I understand that this is on the Score on Air network, right?
Yeah, the Facebook page.
Right. You know what I mean? Also, they have to check out our Loganity page.
Oh, they sure do. On Facebook, Loganity, the three of us, yes, us fine mother lovers.
That's right.
We have our own Facebook page, and you can go give that sucker a like right now.
They let
And
us.
it looks as you would expect, folks. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's big time fun. And I do believe it's the top of the hour, so you know what that means?
What does that mean?
I think we got to take a break.
Before we take away, can we just do one thing live on air right now? Live on Score on Air Network
What's that?
Woo! Look at this here.
One
Look
more
at
time,
this.
guys. This is the new generation of sports talk, and this is how we do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's Tuesday here on ScoreOnAir.com, and we don't know what it is.
What you gonna do, brother?
We can't really explain it. We can't really tell you what it is.
Watch it. He looks fired up here. This is gonna be fun to watch.
All we know, it's Loganity. And it starts now.
Guys, I'm just saying,
Diabetic, brother.
guys, you know what? I love you guys, man.
I love you.
I love you too, bro.
I love you guys, man. You guys want to take a break? What are you guys going to do?
Let's take a little break. It's not the hour. We're legally required. Let's get a break.
We're going to take a break. All right, fine. Break it is. Halftime.
You have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. And Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
The Ohio Media School. Media broadcasting training starts here.
Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School. Do you have a passion for broadcasting, sports, or film production? The Ohio Media School is currently enrolling. For more information, visit beonair.com or give us a call at 614-655-5250. That's 614-655-5250.
Well, welcome back, you fine mother lovers, all you fine folks that have joined us on another Off the Wall Tuesday, right here, Score on Air. This is Loganity, presented by Styles. Who is it presented
Mojo
by?
Sports Gear.
Mojo Sports Gear. McCarthy. Who's it presented by?
Mojo Sports.
And I
don't hear me. Now I hear me.
Right, one more time. Here.
The producer is such a rookie.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Who hired this loser?
I'll tell you. Oh, my.
Mojo Sports Gear.
Did not hire Styles. But if you are unsatisfied with Styles' performance as producer, you can complain to them by giving them a call at 614-864-6656. One more time, that's 614-864-6656. And while you're complaining, go ahead and get yourself the hottest headgear, the best headgear in the game. Custom-made hats, custom-made shirts. Hell, they got custom-made shorts. You can be custom-made from head to toe.
I know that's right.
Custom-made from head to toe. All righty. This show has got some serious dynamite.
No, for real.
With that, I don't know why I slipped into.
Wait a minute. Did you say dynamite?
I went a little 70s and went a little dynamite.
Didn't you?
You did get a little.
Dynamite like that. Like that.
No,
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah,
What happened?
This is the show where not only are we laughing and joking, but we are cooking and smoking, baby. Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then he slips into a little dusty there. Like, what's
Absolutely.
Logan, you hot today, man. Logan's hot today, man.
Brother, if you ask the women, I'm hot every day. So, would I do the 16 time there, proud? Real good. All right. Anywho, let's talk dynamite. Chris Jericho invited John Moxley, won a quick little score, making Moxley look good. And then Chris Jericho comes out, and he invited John Moxley to join the Inner Circle. And I thought this was great because they referenced the past WWE feud. They referenced how, Jericho said, when you were coming up with the Shield, essentially, you called me to figure out how to get over. When you were tired of being there, you called me to get to AEW. We did this, we did that. I made you a star, kid. And I'll tell you what, in the words of, yes, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the best promos are the ones that cut to the bone, baby. And that one cut to the bone because it has that layer of reality to it. And so I sat there and just said, Chris Jericho has done it again. I mean, just Le Champion magnifique. Just absolutely awesome. And I'm sounding like a Jericho-holic, so I can't imagine what you got to say. So let's kick
I can't wait to hear his insight.
So let's kick it to the king of Jericho-holics. So, McCarthy, what you got to say?
I mean, the greatest of all time, once again, showing us why. Like you said, he brought up
the Undertaker's
the past
still signed with
feud.
WWE. I'm sorry. Never mind.
He's still better. He referenced their past feud.
Logan, you gonna take that on your own show?
Not only did he negate the plant part of that issue, because he has complained multiple times that was the dumbest thing ever. Like, why did WWE focus on the plant? Why not the pot that it came in that was huge and like 15, 20 pounds? Even though you know where this is going, we all know Moxley ain't joining the Inner Circle. It would be kind of cool, but it's not happening. The money's between them fighting each other. Mm-hmm. He still made it must-see, and he does that with everything.
Absolutely. Again, magnifique, Le Champion. You can't. I feel like we say it every week. It's just stupid how good he still is at this stage. It just really is. So big props to him. They are slow burning this as they should. Mm-hmm. This is going to eventually lead to the old. You're gonna sound like what's his face off Home Alone 2, Joe Pesci. With the frickin' mother. Eventually, that's what we're getting to. By the way, I love that AEW lets some 4-letter words slip.
I know, right?
Because that's how people really talk, folks. Whether we know it or not.
Oh, we know it.
Not on air, we don't. Anyway. The Butcher and the Blade defeated QT Marshall and Cody via pinfall. It was a nice showing for the Butcher and the Blade, but here's my problem with it, Jason. Why does Cody have to be involved in nearly every mother-loving feud on the show on some level? He's got plenty going on with MJF, and we'll get to that in just a second. What is going on there? But I have no idea.
He's trying to print something.
I don't know who's trying to print. We don't print anything on this show, just so you guys know.
Look, I have rented out this studio space from 4 to 6. Loganity, 4 to 6. All right, you can have your time at 6:01, pal.
6:08. 6:08.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Just 6:08.
Make it 6:30. Make it 6:30. Anyway, that's my problem with it is I feel like Cody's just he's got his fingers in a whole lot of pots right now. I mean, I feel like first he was, he's like he's like that girl who's just having the girls' night and can't pick one dinner. They got to have some pizza, then they're going to have some ice cream, then they're going to have a little chicken.
They have a little bit of meat in their lives.
Yeah, a little bit of meat. So, to me, I thought it was a good showing for the Butcher and the Blade. And by the way, JR, God love you, but get their names right. He was messing that.
He was kind of what.
And he owned that up. He said that. He said, I've been screwing their names up all night. I appreciate that you say that. But if Jim Ross's biggest strength in the 90s was getting us to take a D'Lo Brown seriously because he'd give you some cool backstory.
What was D'Lo Brown's backstory, BT Dubs?
It was an example, Styles.
He was a certified public accountant, sir.
Oh. And accountants be like this.
Apparently.
And the brother was the real deal, and that's what mattered.
And then he breaks a guy's neck. What are the odds, guys?
And that's what, especially old loose-necked D'Lo himself. Boy, that's a shame. But, yeah, I just, come on, JR. You have to do better because the job of an announcer is to sell us on the product at home. That's what the announcer's there for. That's why, say what you will about Michael Cole, but he is faking enthusiasm every day of his life. And he does it pretty well, really.
He does.
I mean, people get on because it's kind of cool to hate Michael Cole. It's kind of cool. It's kind of
it's been a thing. It's been a thing to hate Michael Cole.
It's a little in vogue, but frankly, he does a great job of faking enthusiasm for nearly every single match that Vince McMahon and company put in his face, and some of them are bowling shoe ugly folks. Just get it right. What'd you think of it, Jason?
Well, first, I think Michael Cole's the best he's ever been with Corey Graves. Just a little sidebar.
Yeah, I like how they go tit for tat sometimes too. I do.
This match was great. I really got to see a lot of three guys I've never really seen before, and that's why Cody's involved in so much. We got to use somebody to put these guys over. Who else are you going to put in there to get them over? There's Moxley and Jericho. They're intertwined right now. Mm-hmm. Kenny Omega's got his thing going on. The Young Bucks at the next point, they got their own feud going on. Who's the star to make the new stars? Cody's the only one left.
That's great. That's a great point. No.
I mean, you could use Dustin, but he's kind of tied up with the Young Bucks. But Cody's the biggest star that doesn't really have anything going on, so you got to use him to introduce these new stars. And I like that style. 3 pretty new guys to TV and 1 veteran. I think that means a lot because it shows trust in all of them. Because you could have, a big-time veteran team and introduce a new team, but that veteran team doesn't usually give as much to the new team coming in the first. This one, Cody had to give away the reins a little bit, for lack of a better term, because there's 3 guys in a tag team match that have never really been on national television before. Right. And the best way to learn is to go out there and do it.
The best way to learn is to go out and on the fly. And that time that Styles got the flu, I learned on the fly how to do that job. Whew, that was big time fly. All right, next was MJF responded to Cody, and I thought this promo was, magnificent. I was like, that's a promo, boys and girls. Everybody take note because it felt like Ric Flair. It felt like Shane Douglas. It felt like the snarly heel who's going to sneak away from getting his butt whooped for as long as he possibly can. And I just thought, man, this guy has got it in spades. I mean, you talk about he has it at such a, frankly, since we're talking AEW, he has it at such a Chris Jericho level so early as far as charisma goes. I'm almost scared by it because and Chris Jericho's always been good, don't get me wrong, but there was a time where he wasn't this good. Mm-hmm. And so I just thought, man, he hit every nail on the head. He's the spoiled little, I'm not going to say what he really is, but magnificent. The man, that's the kind of people, that's what draws me in. because I believe in the old school, you talk them into the arenas. I need personality. I need a reason to be invested in the program rather than just, and Vince has gotten just as bad at this in 2019, rather than just, oh, there's 2 guys getting in there, 2 women getting in there for the sake of. No, give me some, give me, look, you can give me bologna, or you can put a little cheese on that, you can toast the bread, get a little mayo going. You can live with bologna, but you can put something special with it. And he is special. What'd you think of it?
He's probably the best talker in the game right now.
Absolutely.
And everybody knows how much I love Chris Jericho. However, MJF is almost on another level just because of his age. What is he, 24?
Yeah,
and he's cutting these promos.
Yeah.
Like, what's he going to be cutting in 10 years?
Yeah,
Like, people are going to forget about The Rock at this point.
Well, he's kind of forgotten about all of us now, hasn't he? Oh, excuse me, I took another shot at Dwayne. I'm not sorry, sellout. All right, but yeah, go ahead. Anything else to say on that one?
No, that was kind of it. I mean, it was a really good heel promo. Oh, yeah, and they won't wrestle till February.
Yeah, they won't wrestle till February. There's going to be stipulations to the match, but he's not going to reveal those stipulations until in 2 weeks in Jacksonville in the new year. And so it's just well done. I can't complain one bit. Big Swole debuted, and I could not have cared less because they've done so little. Here's where AEW is failing like my third great report card. They completely have done nothing to build or establish their women's division. All it is Brandy Rhodes leads the Nightmare Collective, and Awesome Kong is having some sort of Vietnam-type fetish with cutting hair off like it's an ear. There is no star in that women's division, which is a shame because Allie, a.k.a. now the Bunny, could be a star because she was an Impact. She's got it. She's no matter what role you want her to play, she can either be the cute, good-looking kind of schoolgirl, ha-ha, or she can be the deep, devious Bunny. So, but there's no build to me for the women's division, and so I'm not prehistoric here, folks. There's just nothing for me to sink my teeth into here as far as enjoying it goes. And why do we watch TV of any kind? Because we'll be like, wow, what are they going to do this week? What is that Greg House going to do next? So that's why you watch TV. What do you think?
I'm kind of on the same tip right there, sir. They are not doing the women the proper service in AEW. One thing that's really hurting AEW with that is Rio was like this is the ceiling. The fans were like pushing her through. Mm-hmm. But here's the problem. She had obligations to go wrestle in Japan, I believe. Mm-hmm. And instead of giving us a injury angle, she's just gone. And that hurts a lot, because now it's like, okay, whatever. Apparently she's not that important. They didn't give us a reason why she was gone. She is important. She's a fabric of the top of the women's division. Right. But now she's almost an afterthought. And they have one match. I know you only have 2 hours, but one? There are some talented women in that locker room, and you can't find space. You can't say, hey, Matt, Nick, cut a couple minutes off. Yeah. Hey, Chris, get those words out a little bit faster. Because Jericho would do it. If they asked him, he would make time for them.
Absolutely he would. There's already beginning to feel like a little lost in the shuffle feel in AEW, and frankly, it's way too soon for that.
They just started.
And the roster's not big enough for that. Frankly, I don't understand the whole lost in the shuffle thing already, unless there's a little laziness on the creative end. Now, I'm not saying that for sure, simply speculating, and maybe they have long-term plans to get it back on track. I don't know, but right now, women's division looks awful lackluster, like a banquet TV dinner. Hangman Page and Kenny Omega defeated Kip Sabian and Shawn Spears. Now, during the match, the big thing with this was they had this weird thing where the lights went out, and everybody wondered who the hell paid the light bill or who the hell didn't pay the light bill. And then the lights come up, and Tully Blanchard has been tied to a chair, and I say tied very loosely, by Joey Janela, the bad boy. And I just thought, oh my God, what a bad piece of acting by one of the Four Horsemen, because he wasn't even tied to the chair. If you watch where the rope was, he's not tied. He's not, like, it was the worst tie job I've ever seen in my life as far as...
Tie job, that's a thing, by the way. A tie job is a thing.
Hey, what you Google on your own time. But look, I personally just don't understand at all why, because Tully Blanchard is not Ric Flair. What I mean by that is Tully Blanchard's not frail yet. Tully Blanchard still gets around okay. There's no, he hasn't, drank like Flair and partied like Flair and gone through the health issues like Nature Boy. And so I don't understand, like, just tie him to the chair unless there's some reason he can't be actually tied to the chair that I don't know about, in which case don't run the angle. Why? And then Sean Spears acts like he just lost a puppy when he sees, because Tully, he like ran. It was so bad. And then he quickly gets him off, and then Tully just like kind of scurries away. It looked like when I say this, folks, Tully Blanchard's pants were up, but he moved like a guy with the pants in his ankles trying to get out. I just didn't care for it. How about you?
So, great booking decisions. I've said it many times that Sean Spears is like right there. He just has no charisma about him, but the talent is there. Mm-hmm. You stick him with a guy like Kip Sabian. That's smart booking. However, you overproduce the entire segment, because why in the hell can Joey Janela turn all the lights out in the arena? That was my problem with it. AEW talks about realism and making a more sports-centric product. Well, Joey Janela doesn't even have superpowers in a character he's ever had. How does Joey Janela have the pull? What, do I need to get suplexed off a barn and then I can turn lights off in arenas? Because if that's all it takes, I might take that.
Nobody.
That'd be really cool.
And I understand that AEW is doing something different, but I really wish they'd tell that guy, take his hands out of his pockets. I just find it to be so annoying. It's disrespectful to the business, in my sense. That's what I have to say.
Don't get me started on Orange Cassidy. I mean, you talk about the biggest waste of love and space I've ever seen.
And you guys know he's getting a check for that, guys.
That was a good match that got overshadowed by bad production. Yeah, sure. At the end, it was awful.
The match itself was all right, no doubt. But the problem was you had Tully Blanchard, like I said, looking just god-awful. And it was just such an overly produced... If it was on WWE television, people would have just railed against it forever.
For sure.
And so, to me... the honeymoon period is starting to fade out for AEW. I'm starting to see more complaints on Twitter. It's starting to become much more neck and neck as far as the ratings race goes. The honeymoon period's over, and there's a lot of things to like, but then there's a couple of head scratchers where you go, who in the blue hell cooked that up? And I mean, Arn Anderson, you work for that company. How are you going to let your fellow horseman look like that? Come on, do the Nature Boy proud. That's
what Ric Flair told her.
Woo!
Guys, I can do this all day,
I know you can.
Like, I can legitimately, in my head, do this all day. Like,
again, I don't know why we don't.
Because they won't let us.
Yeah, they won't let us. Actually, we have to go to class and stuff. Like, we have school stuff to do,
Damn it, they're just mean. So, yeah, that was my good match, but again, very, very overshadowed by the fact that Tully Blanchard wasn't actually ever tied to a chair. Luchasaurus defeated Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God, as he's called.
Is he keeping his tongue in his mouth more these days? He has his tongue out a lot for a man.
He's too busy selling for everybody.
Like as a man, you shouldn't stick out your tongue so much. I know I sound really down on the AEW product, but I just don't get it. And I gave it a chance, guys.
I somehow don't believe you.
I gave it a chance, guys. I would never know that the guy had his tongue out. I'm not going to do it.
He did it like one time.
No, he didn't do it one time. I counted. He did it 6 times, actually.
That's right. I'm sorry. He did it 6 times on the one show that Styles watched.
Oh, my days. Guys, he did it more than... You know what? It's all good. You know what? This is Loganity, sponsored by Mojo Sports Gear. How about that? Yeah, let's do one of those.
All right, we're gonna take a little break here? We're going to take a break here?
Yeah, we might. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you guys. I mean, you guys are the stars of the show.
We said it. Let's do it.
I'm just a guy producing the show. I know nothing.
Here's the deal. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to come back. We're going to finish AEW, and then we're going to do NXT. Then, yes, that's right, put a catheter in because Monday Night Raw did take place last night.
Uh-oh.
So with that, this is Loganity, presented by
Mojo
Sports Gear.
Whoa! Look at this here. Look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's Tuesday here on ScoreOnAir.com, and we don't know what it is.
What you gonna do, brother?
We can't really explain it. We can't really tell you what it is.
Watch it. He looks fired up here. This is gonna be fun to watch.
All we know, it's Loganity.
Oh my God!
And it starts now.
Got him up in her hand. Come on. Oh no, that glass table. Think about what the damage the glass can do. Oh my God! They just crushed it right to the ground. 1, 2, 3.
If you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go, go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. And Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
The Ohio Media School. Media broadcasting training starts here.
Are you someone who has always dreamed of a career in sports media? The Ohio Media School now offers a 6-month sports emphasis program to prepare you for a whole new career. Whether it's radio or television, play-by-play or production, the Ohio Media School has you covered. You will receive training from professionals that are actually in the industry. The Ohio Media School will get you where you need to be for a successful career in this exciting, expanding field. To schedule a visit, call 614-655-5250 or go to beonair.com. Stop dreaming about a career in sports and make it a reality at the Ohio Media School. Do you have a passion for broadcasting, sports, or film production? The Ohio Media School is currently enrolling. For more information, visit beonair.com or give us a call at 614-655-5250. That's 614-655-5250.
Look at this here. Look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's Tuesday here on ScoreOnAir.com, and we don't know what it is.
What you gonna do, brother?
We can't really explain it. We can't really tell you what it is.
Watch it. He looks fired up here. This is gonna be fun to watch.
All we know, it's Loganity.
Oh my God!
And it starts now.
Here we go. Gentlemen, the commercial break, guys.
Oh, I tell you, every commercial break is just oozed.
Oozing.
With fun times and we are cooking and smoking, baby, and we're laughing and joking. All right, let's finish up AEW quickly here. The Young Bucks defeated. Excuse me, I got way ahead of myself.
We can't skip this part. We can skip them.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, oh, wow.
I mean, I don't have anything against them, but I mean...
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Luchasaurus defeated Sammy G, as we talked about, but afterwards, Jericho and Jungle Boy had a brawl, and Jungle Boy got an unofficial victory over Le Champion. Why is it
unofficial?
It's unofficial because it wasn't an official match.
Oh my days! That's a real thing in this company.
Marco Stunt even counted the 3.
Yeah, Marco Stunt counted the 3.
It was great.
Yeah,
great television.
I'll tell you what, he's a real short hand. I'll tell you, he sure is.
Little hands, little cold hands, little short cold hands, if you will.
Nothing hot about it. I can tell you that.
Absolutely not.
Nothing hot about it. Anyway, And so I thought, again, great job by Jericho making what seems like the unlikely person to beat Jericho look like he could beat Jericho. Because Jericho looked like he had just lost his toy in the sandbox when he got up out of the 3.
Don't let him talk about your guy like that, bro.
He was besmirched. I mean, he's not wrong.
He was absolutely befuddled. He was bemused. He was beside himself. He was absolutely bedazzled with just what in the world is going on.
He had another jacket on. What'd you say about bedazzlers? What was that?
He doesn't have bedazzled jackets. There's lights in those.
Your guy wears a bedazzler jacket, bro, just so you know.
Those are lights and expensive.
So, of course, I got to kick it to you, McCarthy. What'd you think of your boy?
I mean, This was better than the beginning segment. He was great on commentary. He put everybody over. Luchasaurus is going to be a star. Guevara's biggest strength and weakness is how well he can sell. That's why he's taking all these losses. He's the best seller in the company.
It's not what his merch says.
Well,
So,
you know.
Oh, get me on here with my laugh.
how's that, pal?
The best seller of wrestling maneuvers in the company. Is that better?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I was great, like the respect that Jericho shows JR and no one else while he's on live TV is amazing.
Well, it's because they're personal buds. And obviously, JR has been in good with the late champion for a long time.
And like I said, besmirched. Probably isn't even the right word for it, but man, Jericho's always been good about those facial expressions.
Well,
and he hit that Wednesday night when he took that 3 count, if you will.
Yeah, I've always thought that Jericho had great facials, as Styles would say. That's
Wait, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't say that. I think he had great facials.
Excuse me, that's Keith Lee. He
No.
knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Keith Lee has great facials. You know who does have great facials, though? I'll tell you exactly who has real good facials. I'm not even going to lie to you guys.
Who's got
I'll tell you the
real good
truth.
facials?
I'm going to tell you.
All right, go ahead.
You're not going to believe it, though.
Go ahead, brother.
You guys aren't going to believe it when you see it.
Go ahead.
There it is.
Oh,
There it is.
Speaking of great facials,
Oh, I'll tell you, yeah, you gotta love Bobby Lashley and Lana's facials. Just absolutely.
gotta love Lana.
Oh, Lana. Woo-hoo-hoo. I mean, she facialed the eyebrows right off that guy.
Hey, man.
Anywho. I mean, facial expression. I mean, he looks all right. Whatever.
He doesn't have eyebrows.
He
We
doesn't
get
have
it.
eyebrows. I'm just saying. That's
His
just
eyebrows.
honest to God truth. Like, you say it's inappropriate, but it's fact. Young Bucks, they defeated Santana and Ortiz via pinfall in a Texas street fight. What'd you think of it, Jason?
Definitely could tell it was their first televised street fight. It was a good match, but I mean it was there. You could tell that they were trying to figure out how to work all this onto TV, how to make it look good, and the next one will be better. Hopefully it's not until like 6 months from now, because right now their feud should be over.
Right.
But I think if they do it again, it's going to be a much more smoother product at the end of the match than it was in this one.
I agree wholeheartedly. I thought it was good, but it just, you can tell it was a little clunky. Yeah, that's what Texas street fights do. They make you go out.
Speaking of clunky,
What just happened back
I
there?
hit my hand, man.
This is
It's
loganity.
not cool, bro.
Oh, this
Not
is
cool.
loganity, absolutely. It truly is. Yeah, I thought it was a little clunk. I mean, nothing. that
Nothing
you
was
had to-
egregious or
But,
anything.
yeah, I
Like,
mean, it
it's
wasn't-
not like that was the worst match I've ever seen or anything like that.
It wasn't exactly Goldberg versus Undertaker, but
Or Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 20.
Or Goldberg versus anyone. You guys ever seen Goldberg have a great match except for the first 80? And I'm like, oh,
Yes, I have.
I get to.
Chris Jericho.
All right, of course you would say that.
He got a good match out of
Listen,
Goldberg.
when you get up off of your knees off of this Jericho
Oh,
train that you're on, I would at least like for you to wipe your mouth off. That's how you say it PG-13 wise.
whoa,
You
brother.
know what? That's a hard cam promo for you.
Wow! I've been verbally assaulted by the Vibes God himself.
Oh, and on that note,
Jericho
oh my
did it.
goodness.
Jericho could get a good match out of Lesnar.
Oh my! All right.
I don't sound like that.
No, hey, listen. Can you do your McCarthy impression? Okay, so let me
Oh, dear
shoot
Lord,
the question.
this is gonna be great.
Can I shoot the question? Let me shoot the question. So I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna be you right fast.
Go ahead.
I'm just gonna shoot the question. Okay. All right.
I love
So
this show.
watch this.
Yeah.
So what do you think about it?
Well, there was a lot of things I liked.
It's loganity, man. It's loganity.
But I thought it was a little clunky. I think it's a better result at the end of the, he does that because you kind of do this whole thing. You kind of go.
He's not coming back next week. We better leave him alone.
We don't have a show next week.
Yeah, I know. We better leave him alone.
coming back next week either. But because you always you kind of go, well,
It's loganity, guys.
These are all good things.
Yeah, it's a work, brother. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I'm not hanging out with Jason McCarthy.
It's kind of
No one has ever said that before.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I take it back.
It's kind of Jay Leno-esque in the sense of it was good. It was good. It was good.
I'm not hanging out with you guys. I'm done. Take me off the screen. I'm done.
Because Jay Leno was all, it was good. It was good. All right, with that, let's talk a little NXT real quick. Angel Garza defeated Leland Rush to become the new Cruiserweight champion. I thought
I'm dying over here.
Oh my
we're all
gosh.
slowly going, brother.
Yeah, no, slowly but surely.
All right. I liked this match. Went a little long for my taste. That's just me. But overall, I liked the match. And Garza reminds me of Eddie Guerrero. That's the reference that Mauro keeps dropping as well. So maybe I'm buying into that Kool-Aid.
Back, by the way, just throw that out there.
Absolutely.
Actually, very, very glad to see him back. Not to cut you off.
He is the best in the game in 2019.
He's not better than Michael Cole. Don't push your luck.
Oh, brother, you been drinking over there? What's in that? What's in that water bottle now?
Actually, this is absolutely empty. I'm gonna go fill it up right here at Ohio Media School. I'm gonna fill this water bottle up for free.
Well, we've only got
Free.
Well, we've only got about 30 minutes, brother. So you fill that up later.
That's what she said.
Hey.
Okay, my kid is watching. I gotta cut it out.
Oh my God. Oh.
I'm trying my very hardest.
What's that mean, Mom?
I mean, she's 6. She's definitely 6. Like, she's totally 6.
Oh man, these are some tough facials.
Yeah.
But anywho, Angel Garza, I liked the match. I did.
Facial talk.
Genuinely, I did. I enjoyed the match very much so. God, let's move it along.
Well, I liked
All right,
it.
go ahead there, brother. Go ahead.
No, I really liked it.
That was it. I was just trying to play off the.
Oh, man.
No, but it was a really good match, though.
It was.
I was on the edge of my seat. That match was legit.
It was. It absolutely was. Dakota Kai defeated Mia Yim. It was, but it had the bigger story at the end there. She did the big bump off the table, and I thought Dakota Kai took the bump because her head hit that second table, I thought. And so, what is up with everybody not taking these table bumps properly? All right,
They need to just get rid of table bumps.
No.
Yeah.
Watch a little Cactus Jack, and then you'll figure out how to take one. That's all I'm saying.
He was just throwing
Because
himself
Mia
through
Yim
them.
knows how to take them.
Do you
We saw that in that ladder match. She takes them very well.
Takes it like a champ, one would say.
Takes wood very well.
Absolutely.
Don't besmirch Mia Yim like that. You don't know her personal
I
life.
know, but I mean, she doesn't take wood well. She bots a table spot.
I mean, she really goes through it left and right.
Left and right.
It just absolutely is good stuff.
Understandable.
It was them.
It was them. Judas.
It was
Judas.
It was them.
And that is not a Jericho thing. You're a true Judas. Am I Judas? Sell us out of the river. It was them. You the light-skinned cousin at Thanksgiving. You know that?
Oh, you sir have the fortitude of a stud field mouse.
We're so done with Jason McCarthy. Oh my days,
How does
guys.
that work at Thanksgiving? I've never experienced that.
You never had a light-skinned cousin?
I mean, we're all light-skinned, so I guess it would be.
Oh my God. Oh my.
Guys, we're
my
obviously
family
going
is.
over. I don't know why the three of us keep looking up. We're gonna go over. We're over, guys. We're over. You know how it works with your light-skinned
We're
cousin.
very Irish, so we're all light-skinned in my family. So I can say this properly. So how would that work?
The light-skinned cousin is always. All right, so when we were little, we would do stuff like we go outside and I don't know, maybe
take a breather, y'all.
Yeah, you'll have a breather. maybe we'll like maybe smoke a cigarette, right? So we'll all get caught. Everyone gets caught, right? Except for the light-skinned cousin. You know why? Because the light-skinned cousin told. Well, they was smoking, but I wasn't smoking. I only touched it one time and told him to stop. That's what the light-skinned cousin does. Judas. Damn Judas. By the guys, he's a damn Judas. And we're back with more Loganity.
I'm not touching that.
It's a wrestling podcast. Like, what just happened?
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Matter of fact, make it 20.
They get 20. That's what they said about Sable.
Woohoo! F5. Anyway, Finn Balor defeated Tommaso Ciampa and Keith Lee to earn an NXT championship opportunity, which is now going to air tomorrow night. And I love it because I want Finn Balor to be the NXT champion. I know the Undisputed Era is over, but Finn Balor is the most legit star that NXT has because of his time on the main roster. And all kidding aside, it was pretty credible time on the main roster. It's not like he was some slouch. He is the first ever Universal Champion.
Of all time.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. 24 hours, it might be 24 hours, but sometimes that's all it takes, ladies and gentlemen. So, but
It's a long time.
so I want Finn Balor. 60-minute man who? No. We rock around the clock in this piece.
Gonna rock.
Oh, my.
Man, I hope they let us do this next year.
Oh, my happy day.
I am in tears.
I know I am too.
I am in tears in here, guys.
I've been in tears since the McCarthy impression.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, I bet you they don't. Hey, you know we have the most fun in here, though, guys, but
Yeah.
I honestly know that there's one show that can give us a little bit of run for our money.
What show is that, my friend?
I'm going to tell you about the show right now.
Go
It's
ahead.
the only Karen K show.
The one and the only, yes.
The one and only. You got to plug it. You got to plug it.
Absolutely, I will do that. You can catch me this Thursday if they still allow me to do this. From 6 to 8 on the Kieran K Show. We talk all things sports. We're talking about MLB, NFL, NBA. That's right, a little bit of jam.
Jam.
Karen K Show. She's the finest, loveliest woman, and I wouldn't say half of this stuff in front of her. So I hope she's not tuned in. But you can tune in, catch me, catch Karen on the Karen K Show 6 to 8 this Thursday. Score on air, assuming I haven't been removed. And if we're not on air the next 2 weeks, folks, don't be alarmed. It was the scheduled break.
It's the holidays, so
wait,
we'll
yeah.
find out in 2020 if we're back or not.
It's that,
Oh, really?
It's that third week that's going to be precarious. It's that third week. So, yeah, I want Finn Balor to be the champion. Jason McCarthy, quickly give me your thoughts on that.
Well, you know. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm really excited for Finn Balor and Adam Cole. I can't wait. Commercial free.
Commercial free.
It's freaking sweet. Awesome.
And AEW's first match of the night will be commercial free as well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I like how they both did that. Like, you know, of course, I'll say it. WWE did announce it first. So
Simpsons
it's
did
only
that.
fair. That, you know, it's not a bad idea. I probably would do the same thing as AEW. Yeah, you're going to do that. I'm going to do that too. Yeah, sure, for sure.
Oh, yeah. You're going to do it? Oh, I'm going to do it. Yeah, then I'm going to do it. Well, anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah,
No, you can't.
I think that's what's going on right now.
It's nice to know that Paul and Vince haven't lost their competitive juices in that front. It's a big old, hey, how's this for a little one-upsmanship? Let me pee on your face, tell you, train him.
Can they match the timing, though? That's the question. Whose match is gonna go longer?
I guarantee you both have got monitors of one or the other in the back.
Probably do.
I guarantee you they're gonna make that within. They will finish within 1 minute or 1 or 2 minutes of each other. I believe that.
I wouldn't put it
Maybe simultaneously. They might finish simultaneously.
That's how it's
typically how it goes.
ideally
Yeah,
how it should be.
Absolutely.
1 minute, 28 seconds ahead.
Because I imagine their most satisfying experience would be to finish at the same time.
Microphones. I am totally. You know what, guys? Watch me cue it out. You know what, guys?
I just imagine that's what they're looking for. Anyway.
No, Styles has his laptop out. I'm scared.
Hey, save that for later. Look, all right, now let's talk about the catheter show as quickly as we kind of can.
Oh, goody.
Oh, yay. Seth Rollins and the AOP kicked off Raw, and Seth Rollins has now got a God complex. There's no other way to say it. Because Seth Rollins says he's a visionary. He's a leader, whether we wanted to be a leader or not. And he's going to have AOP, and yes, he said this is why I said God complex. He said he's going to have AOP invoke his will on Monday Night Raw. I was like, first of all, I didn't know Rollinsism was going to be a thing now.
You better trademark that. Vince will use it. Becky Two Belts.
Too late. He said it. Vince heard it.
I'll
It's
bet
too
you.
late.
He's heard it. Hi, Vince. Love you.
Love you. Love your work,
This is
champ.
like the Wizard of Oz or Santa Claus. He hears everything.
No, for real.
Yeah, so let me, from me to you, Vinnie Mac, love you, pal. So I look forward to that.
Friend.
Christmas card. Christmas cards.
Buddy.
$27.91. All right. Give me a Christmas card. Thanks, Vinny. Yeah, again, he's got a God complex now. Look, he is the all-knowing, omniscient leader, and even if you think I'm not right, I'm going to be right. You just watch.
Did he wear a suit?
He did not wear a suit. He wore, let's think, 2002 Triple H. Black shirt, leather jacket, black
Did he wear the hat?
No hat. No
Bless
hat,
his little heart.
Bless his little heart.
Bless his little heart. So the AOP wore their suits, though, yeah?
AOP's all suited up.
They continue to look like the jacked up Breaking Bad wannabe cousins that they've always looked like. If you watch Breaking Bad, you get that reference, people.
Indeed.
And so they kicked off Raw, and Seth Rollins said he's going to do something tonight.
Man, those cousins was bad, bro. I'm sorry.
I mean, it was too tight, brother.
Now we're going off on tangents.
It was tight. Oh, it was tight. Got your back like 4 flats on a Cadillac, brother.
Oh.
My days.
Oh, my days. Yes, we are here.
You get it right next week.
Oh, maybe.
Possibly.
We're not going to be here next week. Like I said, it's the 3rd week that's going to be.
Yeah, I know. I keep saying next week because I'm so used to coming here. Okay, I'm done.
Well, I mean, really, you could do that at anywhere, but whatever. Just, you can be everywhere if you want to be. Anywho, Seth Rollins, the AOP, they kicked it off. You got a God complex. AOP, they're going to invoke the will. Seth Rollins said he's going to do something tonight, and we're not going to be happy about it. More on that later. But Jason, what'd you think of this first segment? Did you watch Raw last week?
I did. And as you alluded to, they slightly changed the formula this week. You know, it's usually a promo. They set up a match later. No, this time there's a little intrigue.
Yeah, just a little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
Just a dollop
He's
of
going to
daisy.
come out here with his God complex. That was a good one.
Yeah.
And he's going to talk some smack. And he's going to be really vague about what he's going to do.
But he's going to apologize for it.
And then he's going to go away. I'd rather see that than 15 minutes of 4 guys coming out to set up a match for later.
Amen. Because it's not that it's a bad format, it's just been done to death.
Yes, it's so long. I don't want to hear it anymore. I want to see something different. So that was much, much better.
You know, I think she said the same thing one time.
Probably.
You know what? I had to humble myself.
Humble myself. Yeah.
This is loganity.
He did keep his mouth shut during my whole sentence.
I think Peyton has said that to me a few times. He did keep his mouth shut during my whole sentence.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my days, folks.
Did you just say that's what Peyton said? We gotta move on.
Because I talk a lot. For God's sake, it's not always the worst. What do you think?
Apparently, over there on the producer's side, it is always.
You know, I meant the
It
fact
is
that
always the worst over here, though.
First of all, folks, a little sidebar. I've been in a committed relationship for 3 years now. I know how someone tolerates me is pretty insane. That is insanity. So, look, believe me, there's been times where she goes, oh, my God, you let me finish my point. So that's all I was getting at, Styles.
Get your mind out of the gutter, bro.
My mind is, bro. You know it, bro.
Speaking of the gutter, the OC, they defeated the Viking Raiders, who once again I consider to be the gutter. And yes, the OC, and by the way, anyone see the entire production team, the entire commentary team screw this up? Because was this not advertised as a tag team title match?
Yes, it was. It was scheduled a rematch from TLC. What did they have at TLC?
The title's on the line.
Why weren't they on the line last night?
Because somebody screwed up in the truck. And so the OC wins, and Vic, Joseph, and King, because they got it right what they were told the first time, so we got new champions.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, too sweet.
I had to fix my notes because I'm wait, it wasn't for the title? What just happened?
And then suddenly on the fly, it wasn't for the title, and I thought, oh my mother-loving George, what? Vince McMahon, how in the world, whether you were at there or not, your company literally said it was a tag team title match, and then suddenly won a tag team title match. My thoughts on the Viking Raiders aside, you just cost the mother-loving OC a tag title run, and they're the best damn tag team on your roster, in my opinion.
Negative. What about the New Day? And it's not a black guy thing, but they're just great, and they have unity, man.
Yeah, but look. The New Day is a little bit stale.
We all love the New Day. Don't say that. Listen to their podcast. You'll be fine.
They have a podcast?
They're hilarious. I laughed for like 30 minutes, and that's how long the podcast is.
How's that for a plug? Call us. Call us, because anything else is illegal. We can't go any further.
Literally.
It just, look, that whole plug thing, we can't be doing that. Look, so I was really disappointed that it wasn't for the tag titles because I want the belts off the Viking Raiders because I'm not going to take them seriously no matter how much you tell me to, Vinny Roo. Like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Vinny Roo.
I'm not going to
Vinny
do it.
Roo.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So what'd you think of it?
I am besmirched. I know I've said that word a lot today, but
Holy besmirchment.
Super excited for a tag title match rematch after the commercial they had on TLC, and I thought, yeah, this is going to be sweet. And then they win, and I'm like, yes, the OC's the tag champions.
Too sweet,
They
brother.
deserved it. They had to put up with that crappy commercial last night that they were in.
Yes.
And then they said, oh, no, it's not for the title. Wait, what? What do you mean it's not for the titles? You told us 6 times. 6 times
6 times.
that it was for the tag team titles.
6 times.
6 times, 6 times.
No, I was just making it 6. Booker said it 5. I was doing the math.
Oh, okay.
Now we might as well say it 6 more times.
So not once, not twice, not 3, not 4, but 5, not 5. All right, 6 times.
6 times.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't care for it.
And it was actually, a good match.
It sure
Because,
was.
like I said, TLC was a commercial. This was a match. Because it was nothing more than a commercial.
For what? For what?
For some chicken.
For some chicken.
They don't pay me, so I ain't
Guys,
saying
it
it.
definitely was a
chicken.
commercial for chicken, and I wanted to know if they dressed up Ziggler like the guy,
Yeah,
if
the
you
guy,
will,
the guy-
again.
the
That was a
Yeah.
missed opportunity because they did not, but they could have done
They
it.
could have done it, yeah.
Or they could have done what they should have done and had Ric Flair come back out in that white suit. Remember when that
That would
happened?
have been legit.
Remember when that happened? Remember when he was that guy? Oh yeah.
Oh, my days.
Colonial Flair.
McCarthy got the fans, guys. You guys see that?
Everybody loves me,
The chicks are standing at the window waiting for McCarthy
the
to come out of
chicks.
here.
Woohoo! I'll tell you. All right, Lana and Lashley got engaged in oh man, you talk about some cringe-worthy.
Did they
Look,
consummate the marriage? It's an engagement.
I mean, they're not
Yeah,
married.
they
yet,
already
but I'm
consummated
pretty sure I was
anyway.
gonna say they've consummated.
Yeah, they've consummated several times.
I was going to say, the whole storyline has been about the fact that they've consummated a whole lot of times.
But Rusev wanted it too much.
Wanted it too much.
Rusev running it too much. Ain't nothing left now. You see how big Lashley is? I would have won nothing. With no parts.
Oh, I'll tell you what. That you talk about an abdominal stretch. Just,
Oh.
you talk about. I
Turn it-
mean,
You know what, guys?
I got a comment, but I don't think I'm allowed to say it.
Say anything you want. It's Score on
first of
Air,
all-
the new generation of sports talk, man.
first of all, abdominal stretch is a wrestling move.
Indeed it is. It is. He's a worker. He knows that. He knows what he knows.
No, it was my own comment that I don't think we can get away with, so I'm not saying it.
It was absolutely cringeworthy because Lana asked Lashley to ask her to marry herself. It was weird. It was like she was getting married to herself, and it was just like we rehearsed. And look, Lana is a fine piece. We've all talked about, but Lord, holy Moses, where's this thing heading? And by the way, they're going to get married in the new year, I think. Or is that supposed to air next week? But so yeah, I thought it was cringeworthy. Quickly, Jason, do you agree? Disagree?
I very much agree, and it cheapens Garza's actual proposal from Wednesday night, for one. For two, that should have been walking papers. Lashley should have walked away. Any respectable man would have heard that sentence, whether it was rehearsed ahead of time or not, and said, "You want me to do what now?
Yeah.
What now? No, bye. See ya.
Yeah,
Bye."
watch these almighty
Yep,
pets
I
and
am
booty and
leaving.
just-
You're not going to tell me when to propose to you. That's not how this works.
In 2019 America, you'd be surprised what
That's
women
not
think.
how this
What
works.
they think they can get away with. Also, I just want to let Lana pat you guys on the back for doing such a great job. Hey, Logan, sit up.
First
there
of all,
it is.
first of
There
all,
it is,
Lana,
Logan.
first
Sit
of all,
up.
thumbs
You
up.
guys are doing such a great job. You
First
guys
of
deserve a
all-
Lana pat today.
First of
Ow.
all, if she's gonna pat me, go ahead and pat me. Woo! But anywho, I'm horrible. Andrade destroyed Humberto. It was a 6-man challenge and the winner was going to be the number 1 contender for Mysterio's United States Championship, Snore. What it got down to was Andrade and Humberto Carrillo.
Who?
Humberto.
Who?
Humberto.
There it is. That's a thing. I'm sorry. We have to fit that in. That's a thing. Every time we hear that kid's name.
And so he absolutely beat the brakes off of him, and then he does this like front face DDT.
It's the hammerlock DDT.
The hammerlock DDT. Excuse me, I couldn't think of the word. I was still focused on Lana and Patton.
Yeah, I'm going to leave her there for the rest of the show, by the way.
Well, that's all right. Hey, that ought to up the viewership. But anyway, they did the hammerlock DDT, and it was a nice, big fit on concrete floor. Yeah, it made me go, look at that ECW looking floor, because that's what they took bumps off of, people. And so it was effective in the sense, but we still didn't get like a real number one contender for the United States Championship. And then Ray comes down, and Ray comes down. You can tell they were cut on time, and then AOP and Seth Rollins come out, and AOP beats the brakes off of Ray while Seth Rollins supervises. And then offers back the lead pipe that he gave Kevin Owens. And then they step on the lead pipe, and they continue to beat the holy hell out of Rey Mysterio. It was real sad. It's real sad. Jason, what did you think of that entire sequence?
Samoa Joe was offended.
Yes,
he was so mad that they did that to Rey Mysterio. He was so in character. That match was really good, but whoa, was it longer than I thought it would ever be. Because everybody had a great match. Matt Hardy had a great match. Ricochet shouting out his friends in the Young Bucks with the see yas and the Northern Lights switched up that Northern Lights thing that one of the Young Bucks do. He did the Northern Lights, but he did it into a suplex. And that superplex was pitch perfect that he gave to Humberto. And I'm only bringing that up because that was the most fun move I've ever taken. I don't know why the superplex is so much fun to take, but it is fun. I digress.
Well, go ahead. By the way, how about R-Truth talking about his childhood hero John Cena?
That was great.
And the U.S. Open Challenge when R-Truth was just a little tyke.
A little tight. He was cake quick. He was cake quick at the time. Question, guys. Wait, kick it to me. Go ahead, kick it to me. Styles, how do you feel about it? Go ahead, say it.
Okay, Lana.
Styles, how you feel about it?
There it is. I got the Lana in me now. Right, can Rey Mysterio get a win? Like, he's a legend, guys. He's going to be a...
No, he shouldn't have the title to begin with.
He can't get a win. Yes, he needs a win, guys.
Oh, no, he doesn't. He shouldn't have the title to begin with.
Since coming back, Rey Mysterio, he got to win technically if he won the belt. Gotcha. But since coming back, Rey Mysterio is like the fifth thing that I think about. Like, I'm going to go watch Monday Night Raw. I'm not going to be like, I can't wait to see Rey Mysterio. Why? Why do I forget that he's the champ? Why do I forget that he's on the show?
Well, to be fair, they do that with all their mid-card champions, so it's not just Rey Mysterio.
I can remember that. Perfect example. The U.S. Open Challenge. That was a big deal. Like, that was a mid-card championship. That was never... When JBL put it on, it became a real championship, in my personal opinion.
Okay. Yeah. I can get you, but again, y'all heard my thoughts on the Rey Mysterio farewell tour last week.
Oh, he's on a farewell tour.
I don't know. That's just my guess.
Why do people keep getting tours?
That's
Why not?
That's what we're all guessing. And look, Rey Mysterio, nothing but respect for you, but I'll say it again to quote Jim Cornette in reference to a guy I love.
Hit him.
Rey Mysterio, you are a household name, but so is garbage, and it stinks when it gets old too. So that's how I feel about that.
I'm going to load the Oh My Days effect into the program so that next week I can just tap. Okay?
Okay. Sounds like a great plan, my friend.
A whole lot of taps and pats going on here.
Yeah, Lana's still here.
Hello.
So we should get a picture of Little Miss Bliss back there because she's on WWE backstage tonight, and she's from Columbus, Ohio, and we're going to support her even though she doesn't truly need our support because she's already made it to the WWE. Yeah, right. But it's Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss.
Just blissful, really.
Isn't it?
Asuka defeated Deanna Purrazzo from NXT. They gave him this much more time than I thought they were going to. I thought it was going to be a quick kind of squash sort of thing. And it was in some ways, but they gave Purrazzo some moves. What'd you think of it?
I really appreciated that it was her instead of some random dude random girl from town.
Yeah,
this match meant so much more than a usual squash match, especially since we got the typical one, like the next segment with Eric Rowan and his nonsense they have him doing.
Oh, yeah. And lastly, in the main event, Randy Orton defeated AJ Styles. There we go on that. Yes, she is blissful.
But why does this come up when I type her in, though? That's weird. All right, whatever. Go ahead. Carry on, guys. I digress.
Again, hey, everyone's got their...
I tried, Alexa. He's failing. I don't know what's going on over there.
Everyone's got their picadillos, all right? So Randy Orton defeated AJ Styles. Again, solid match. And I can't help but thinking that one of these two are going to be the person that faces Brock Lesnar in the main event of the Royal Rumble because, he is a Raw superstar, as we found out several weeks ago. And so I don't know who it's going to be, but I think either AJ Styles or Randy Orton is the person to lose to Brock Lesnar at the Rumble. Good match, and then of course the Vikingators came out, and I've given plenty of thoughts on them. And then the OC, the best mother-loving tag team in the world. God, they're just great. Well, not a bad ending to Raw. They actually went a minute over, which hasn't happened in a long time. They haven't, ever since they've cut to that 11, right?
That hard cut.
They actually went about a minute over, which we'll take. So yeah, that's that. That is absolutely that, and that's another edition of the Catheter Show. Yes, the Catheter Show on Monday Night Raw. Where our producer went,
I have no idea.
So we might have to just, because we're short on time.
I thought it was like two consummate professionals. Randy sold the hell out of that knee the entire time and then used it to his advantage later. And folks, this is what I'm talking about when I get into these guys about what they do in the ring and the story they're trying to tell. Everything matters. That meant a lot when he faked out AJ Styles. It makes it more believable, breaks through the kayfabe, and lets us really get sucked into the storyline or the match. It doesn't take us out of it. And so I thought that had to be said. Randy did a great job. The right guy won. And I've never seen Randy sell like that.
You can tell that Randy obviously respects AJ Styles, because Randy is another one of those guys, kind of like Brock, in the sense of he'll work harder if he respects you. If he does not respect you, he will drag. He will drag. So obviously there's great
Feel better?
And I was happy to see it.
I ran, guys. I had to run. I just remembered I left my hard drive in the editing bay. So,
you got it? All right.
Jury came out.
Just too sweet. Well, you've joined us just in time for your favorite segment.
Oh, yeah.
It is time. That's right, folks. The Rumor Rundown. As always, DQ equals false. No DQ equals true. So let's get it started. Kyrie Sane was injured at TLC. DQ or no DQ on that one, McCarthy?
So I'm just going to no DQ because, I'm a huge fan of Kairi Sane, so I've been checking my phone all day long. She was hurt. As far as we know, not a concussion. Good news. It's also been reported that Lynch and Flair, as soon as they noticed, got her completely out of everything. That's why she took that table spot, to get her out of the match, to not get hurt any worse. And that's, once again, consummate professionalism, folks.
Absolutely, and that's how it's got to be done. Because, yes, take care of the injured, but we got to get home to the finish.
Take it home.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to give that the old true, because, look, she obviously had her bell run. Whether it's concussion or not, she had her bell run. And so, yeah, I think so. How about you, Styles? DQ, no DQ?
Yeah, I think she was injured.
Yep. All right, DQ, no DQ. Vince and Triple H missed TLC. DQ, no DQ. Give it to me.
I'm going to no DQ that. Apparently they did, and it's happened before. And, XFL's training camp's about to pick up. Triple H is busier with NXT 2 hours, once a week, live. I'm sure it's going to happen a couple more times. I don't think they'll make an egregious habit of it. But they're going to be missing some. There's a lot going on right now.
I'm going to no DQ it as well, but here's the kicker. Based on reports, Vince McMahon still ran the show via conference call, so it doesn't make a damn. So even though he wasn't there,
he was there.
He was Seth Rollins. He was omniscient. He was there. So he was there. So yes, was he there physically? Probably not. But he certainly made all the calls.
Did you say Seth Rollins because of the God Conflicts thing?
He got it.
There?
Yeah.
got it.
Oh, my days. That was sweet, brother. That was sweet. That was sweet over there. You guys know some combat stuff today.
Yes.
We're trying.
I like how you guys are working, man.
Absolutely,
this is money.
brother.
Guys, we're over.
Are
Just
we
so you
over?
know, no, guys, we're over.
It's not. We still have 5 minutes.
No.
I know what you mean.
Something like that anyway. All right. Brock Lesnar will face Tyson Fury or Cain Velasquez at Mania. DQ, no DQ, McCarthy.
Can I spray paint it on the side of the building DQ, because I don't want to see this match at all? That's not what I want to see for the WWE title at WrestleMania. No, please.
All right.
I mean, give me Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar. That's all I want for Christmas, right there.
That's all he wants. And also, don't forget about that T-shirt collection. You want that to grow. Styles, give me a DQ, no DQ on that one.
Not that I really care, because Lesnar's not losing a championship to either one of those guys no time soon. So I mean, it doesn't matter. It's a throwaway match. It's money. I'm gonna say it's true, man. I mean, anything money, it's Vince, man. Vince is money, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that the no DQ, and I'll tell you why. Because I think if Tyson Fury wins that big next fight he's on, Vince will go, let's book him against Brock.
Let's do it.
Or if he doesn't win, he'll go, well, let's do round 3 of Cain Velasquez versus Brock Lesnar, pal.
Let's hope not.
So I think that's going to happen. Lastly, on the rumor rundown, Braun Strowman missed TLC due to an injury. DQ, no DQ.
No DQ. Apparently he's been nursing a back injury. Sorry, I've been on my phone today. We were slow.
All right, I'll tell you what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to give that the DQ. I don't think he's hurt. I think they got no plan. I think they have no plan because even if his back is hurt, he's worked injured before. So, yes, he may have an injury, but I don't think he missed it because of an injury. I think there's just no plan. All right. How about you, Styles?
Oh, right, because I was going to say it's not all right. I got something to say.
All right.
Logan.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have a plan for the guy. They haven't had a plan for the guy. I mean, he did tag with that 12-year-old kid.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Nicholas. Yeah.
Yeah, Nick is over, by the way.
Say his name. You put some respect on it.
Yeah. Sorry. Nicholas, one-time tag team champion. Nicholas.
Never beaten.
Right, never beaten, undefeated. So he's protected more than the Strowman guy is. They have no.
He's protected more than Hulk Hogan was in 1985.
That kid is protected.
There's only one guy undefeated at WrestleMania, and his name is Nicholas. I can't believe it.
Wow.
Oh, wow, when you say it
Wow.
like that.
Hasn't even hit puberty yet, and he is undefeated. Beat the Taker streak.
He's got a better win percentage at Mania than Taker does. You think about that. God, what a Hall of Fame
That makes
career.
my brain hurt.
What a Hall of Fame career.
Talk about logic, huh?
All right, lastly, here, we're going to quickly wrap this up. John Cena's pay-per-view streak came to an end. What was that streak? For 17 straight years, he competed on at least one pay-per-view, from 2002 to just now ending. He did not appear and wrestle at TLC, so the streak is over. There was a time when you never thought you'd say that. So I got a question for both of you. Does he compete on a pay-per-view and start a new streak in 2020? Yes or no? 1 or 2 sentences tops.
I don't think he does. I think he's too busy. He might make an appearance, but I don't even know if he's going to have a match at WrestleMania at this point.
Styles, how about you?
Cena. That's what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, Cena is what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
What?
Your favorite?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He's going to Hollywood, guys. And he's not even a good actor. At least The Rock was good, you know? It's good. Still, it's great. The Rock is the greatest actor. The Rock is actually the greatest wrestler of all time. Yeah, a couple weeks back we talked. The Rock. The answer is The Rock. No one's better than The Rock.
The wrestler of the decade.
It doesn't matter.
He's wrestled in this decade.
It doesn't matter. The Rock.
He probably did.
He probably did.
He's been gone
listen,
for a while.
The Rock dreams wrestling.
It counts?
All right,
That's pretty serious.
First of all, let's get something straight. I know that we're about to run out of time, but for God's sake, anyone that calls The Rock the greatest wrestler of all
The
time.
Rock is the greatest, man. Don't be a hater, Logan. Don't be a hater, man.
The brother left high and dry for 7 years without an in-ring appearance. When John Cena approaches that record, they don't call him a sellout. Look, I'm a little disappointed in how part-time John Cena is nowadays, but he has not forgotten the WWE because he showed up to Raw Reunion. He showed up, he worked house shows this year. He worked house shows in January. When's the last time The Rock did a house show?
The Rock is filthy, tinkin' rich. The Rock don't have to work a house show.
Oh, for God's sake.
They can't insure the
Speaking of
man
streaks
enough.
ending in 2019, do you have a wrestler of the year, Logan?
Yes, I do have a wrestler.
But it has to be this year.
That's why I said wrestler of the year.
It has to be this year. Whatever.
But yes, to answer the question, John Cena will, I think he starts a new streak in 2020.
Oh, yeah, sorry, we didn't answer the question. Doesn't matter.
I think he does wrestle at WrestleMania in a quick, probably squash match against Elias, but I think he has an official match because he said he does not intend to miss WrestleMania for decades, something Dwayne knows nothing about. I'll see you. All right, Wrestler of the Year. I got to go Kofi Kingston because already by the start of the year, Becky Lynch had started to wear off a little bit. You know, because the facebreaker thing happened in like October of last year. So I got to go Kofi Kingston. He had the big run, and he's still on a big run. Yes, I know Brock went and crushed that like the Hulk, but I would go Kofi Kingston. Jason, how about you? Who's your wrestler of the year?
I am shocked, amazed, and appalled because we agree.
I am
Kofi Kingston is the wrestler of 2019 by a wide margin, not just because of the accomplishments he's had this year, but if you look at his body of work, he's had more great matches this year than anybody on the roster.
I wholeheartedly agree. Styles, who's your wrestler of the year?
I can't even believe that this is happening, but this is a right around the room sweep. I'm going to agree with you, Kofi Kingston, man. It would definitely not be Randy Orton, but he's still the wrestler of the decade, in my opinion, Orton. But Kingston is the guy.
I got you.
For the year, yeah.
I can't believe we just ended the show. We ended the year by universally agreeing.
Wow.
Indeed.
We love you, Kofi.
Kofi, we do love you, though.
We do love you,
And
Kofi.
also, while we talk about Kofi Kingston always has the nicest shoes on, man. The whole New Day.
They're always looking
clean
fly,
as hell,
man.
This is PG-13. They are always clean as hell, bro. Like, when I watch their matches, I'm looking at their feet gear.
Looking at their
How did
gear.
that guy just do a
You do that too because Xavier Woods has sweet boots all the time.
all the time, man?
They're looking Tuco tight. They're styling and profiling. And guys, I do believe it's time to go home.
Oh,
Is it time to take it home? It is time to take it home, guys.
I do believe it is. So with that, this has been another edition of Loganity. Absolutely, it sure has. It absolutely has.
Hey,
we wish you a happy holiday season. We wish you a happy new year.
That's right.
And we'll see you in 2020. Thank you so much for listening. Be safe and remember to just stay just too sweet.
Look at this here. Look at this.
Diabetic, baby. See you in 2020. Tell him, Logan.
Boys and girls, children of all ages, it's Tuesday here on ScoreOnAir.com, and we don't know what it is. What you gonna do?
Have design ideas for t-shirts and you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. And Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864.
Hey, man, Loganity is legit the best show of all times, guys. Yeah, no, we're the GOAT of all time podcasting. You guys already unplugged your headphones, but I got to play our sweet theme song one more time, man.
Woo! Look at this here. Look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's Tuesday here on ScoreOnAir.com, and we don't know what it is.
What you gonna do, brother?
We can't really explain it. We can't really tell you what it is.
Watch it. He looks fired up here. This is gonna be fun to watch.
All we know, it's